Setting up your AquaReady Sigma 2 media reactor is easy, and here's how. Remove everything from the box and give it all a rinse in tap water to remove any manufacturing residue. To assemble the Sigma 2 media reactor, let's begin by installing the pump into the base. Start by removing the reactor body from the base by turning it in a counterclockwise direction and lifting it straight up. On the underside of the base, there is a gray collar and black screw. Loosen the screw and push the pump into the collar. It should fit snugly, so you may need to wiggle it side to side until it's fully seated. Tighten the black screw by hand to secure the pump to the base, being careful not to over-tighten it, as this can damage the pump. Now install the 4 black suction cups to the bottom of the pump. These can be a little tricky and will require a bit of elbow grease and a side-to-side rotating motion. Before installing carbon or GFO, here's a quick overview of how the Sigma 2 media reactor works. Water is sucked into the pump heater and pushed up into the reactor body. Even though the CJ pump can only be turned on and off, you can control the amount of flow by turning the dial on the pump cover. For the Sigma 2 reactor, leave this fully open by turning it counterclockwise towards the plus sign. To control the flow rate through the reactor chamber, you simply rotate the reactor chamber on its base. For less flow, turn the reactor chamber clockwise, and for more flow, do the opposite. Water will flow up through the chamber, out the slits at the top, and down the side of the reactor body, back into the sump. The lid is held in place via compression from the pre-attached O-ring. Simply turn the knob on top to loosen and tighten the lid to the reactor body. To run activated carbon in the AquaReady Sigma 2 media reactor, start by removing the reactor body from the base. Give the sponges a good rinse and squeeze to remove any air bubbles. Push 1 sponge to the bottom of the reactor, measure out how much carbon you want to use, and pour it on top of the sponge. Now add water to the top of the reactor to rinse the carbon to remove all of the black dust. Take the second sponge and place it directly atop the carbon, then place the circular acrylic piece on top of that sponge. To attach the lid, unscrew the knob a couple times until it feels a bit loose, place it evenly atop the reactor body, and turn the knob clockwise until secure. Place the reactor body onto the base and turn the body counterclockwise until the blue arrow is pointed at max flow. Now simply plug in the return pump and you're done. Because of how this media reactor is designed, don't be surprised if the force of the flow from the CJ pump pushes the sponges and carbon to the top. This is totally normal and nothing to worry about. To run GFO in the AquaReady Sigma 2 media reactor, start by removing the reactor body from the base. Give the sponges a good rinse and squeeze to remove any air bubbles. Push 1 sponge to the bottom of the media reactor, measure out how much GFO you want to use, and pour it on top of the sponge. Rinse the GFO by adding water to the top of the reactor chamber until the water runs clear. Then attach the lid. Place the reactor body into the base and turn the body clockwise to the lowest flow position, then plug in the power. Now slowly turn the reactor body counterclockwise, increasing the flow until the GFO just starts to gently tumble. When it's time to replace the carbon or GFO, be sure to remove and rinse both sponges as they can easily get clogged, which reduces flow through the reactor body. For more great AquaReady products, visit us at getaquaready.com.